I have a seat belt to replace. It doesn't retract. It's just kind of flopping around here. So I'm going to be doing that today, which involves removing the whole back seat. So this should be fun. So I pulled up on the seat bottom. Just got to rip it out, you know, how you usually do. No special clips or nothing. It just kind of pulls right out. So you get the seat belts through the holes. There, that hole there. Yeah, okay. And I believe there's a bolt down here holding it in, the seat belt, and the seat back on both sides. And this whole thing has to come out. So that'll be the next step. So I got my Craftsman wrench here. The seat back is a 12 millimeter. And the seat belt is a 14. So this should take some time. We will resume after I have removed the seat back. So yeah, I'm dumb and I forgot that these little edge pieces just come right out. You don't have to take the whole seat back out. You just remove that one bolt down there. It clips on up there and boom, there's a seat belt. But still have to get the package tray out of the way, which I believe involves folding the seat and just removing the third brake light, then pulling. So that's next. If I ever have a chance to design a car or go back in time to prevent this from happening, I want to stop people from designing cars where the seatbelt bolts and seat bolts go through the outside of the car. So then the end of the bolt gets all rusty and doesn't want to come through the body of the car where the threads are. Makes for a lot of fun. And a lot of pain, but I will keep going. Because I have to. Success. And yes, before anybody asks, I do have an air compressor and air tools. Just didn't think it was worth firing that thing up and getting everything out just for a couple little bolts. Yeah. So I had to remove the C-pillar trim to get the package tray up and out of the way. I can squeeze in there and get that last bolt, I think, to get the retractor out. So that's what I'm going to do next. So I had to remove the rest of the package tray, which meant pulling off the other C-pillar trim. But I found something else. There's a hole in my speaker. Yeah, that might explain why it sounds a little funny back here sometimes. I think I poked it with something. Oh well, they were old and junky and came with the car anyway, so. Time to upgrade, but now I gotta put everything back together after the seatbelt. I don't know, maybe I'll just stop for the day. We'll see. Well, it's out. I was comparing the new used one on the left here from B&M Auto Parts in Waukesha to the old and busted one that came out of the car, which I believe is original. And you can see the cam plate, that green thing, is not in the same place as it is on this one. I don't know if that makes a difference, but I know what does make a difference is if you look at the new one, you can kind of see the spring all nicely wound around. If you ignore the junkyard markings of 004110LR, meaning left rear, I hope. This one's kind of bucked up. It's broke. Foobarred. Yeah, that might be why it doesn't spring back into place like it's supposed to. Whatever. Junk. So, on with installing the new hotness and throwing out the old and busted. So there we have the new seat belt, well, new used seat belt in place. Had to bring out the big guns to bust that nut loose, bolt loose, whatever it is. Bolt's in place, ready to get run down. Seatbelt is routed through the package tray down to the, what do you want to call that? Wheelhouse. See my sub wiring there. See my little tiny little 8-inch sub there. Yeah. So let's tighten up some bolts and put this all crap back together. Yeah, should be fun. I love taking cars apart. Now that everything is partially installed, let's give her a little tug and, oh yeah. Locks, retracts, like it's supposed to. Oh yeah. Okay. Time to put it all back together now. Just a little side note, as I was putting everything back together, I noticed that the driver's side, or passenger side rather, and the center seatbelt buckle both have this big rectangular opening here, whereas the new used driver's side has a small little square, and the old one has a big rectangle. Oh yeah. But the new one still clips into the buckle, so not sure what the difference is, but hey, it works, right? That's all that matters. So on with reassembly. All right, I will call that job completed. Let me have a seat in the back here like I usually do not, and just test it out here. Where the hell's the buckle? Where'd it go? Sitting way the heck. Bottom of the seat. Yeah. I feel safe. It locks. Look at that. Nearly 6 feet tall. My knees aren't touching the back of the seat, which is adjusted for my nearly 6 foot tall self. Plenty of room under the seat for my big ass feet. See, I don't sit in the back of my Camry very often, as you can tell. But seatbelt fixed. Call that a job done. Goodbye.